this? Life is garbage. I'm going to break everything in here! I heard my mom screaming from the kitchen and figured she was having another one of her tantrums. She usually behaved like that when she was upset about the smallest things, but she didn't break anything. This time was different because I started hearing plates crashing on the walls. I ran downstairs. Mom, what's wrong? Calm down, for goodness sake. The publisher won't accept my novel. Something about it being too cliché and romantic. But Mom, you're already a best-selling novelist who has made so much money. We are so well off, and I can't understand why you don't just retire. Retire? Never! The fans want more, but I can't give them what they want anymore. At this point, she started crying, and I was about to roll my eyes and walk away when she said, "But hey, I do have an idea for a book that will definitely sell, but I need your help. I want to provide insight into the lives of rich guys, particularly those around your age. I just need you to go on dates with super rich guys, then report to me everything that happened. It's going to be my best book yet. Maybe it'll even become a documentary. Mom, I'll pay you a few $100 for each date. How does that sound?" I could have said no, and you could have stopped watching this video right here, but I agreed, and what happened next was totally out of this world. Make sure you stay with me until the end because it gets more and more insane. Fine, Mom. She wiped her tears, smiled, and began cleaning up the mess she'd made in the kitchen. I gave my mom some time to gather her thoughts, then I decided to ask her where exactly I was supposed to find these rich guys to date. Her first suggestion was the country club. Lots of billionaires go there with their families sometimes. Just dress up pretty and sit there until some guy approaches you, okay? Okay, Mom. After school the next day, I got home, showered, and put on one of my best dresses. She dropped me off at the country club and I walked inside trying to look like I belonged there. I found a seat at a restaurant and pretended to look through the menu. A whole hour passed, and while I could see several guys my age around, no one approached me. I called my mom and asked her to pick me up. It won't always work out the first time. Same place, same time tomorrow, okay? Okay, Mom. Do I get paid? No, you didn't go on a date. She was so annoying. The next day, I went back there and tried to put in some more effort. I made eye contact with this average-looking guy who was dressed like a total nerd. He instantly came over to me.
Hey, you're new here. I haven't seen you around before.
Yes, my name is Myra.
Wow, lovely name. I'm Garvey.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. We spoke for a while and exchanged numbers. When he was gone, I called my mom and she came to pick me up. That night, though, he couldn't stop sending me messages, and by the next day, he had already asked me out. This was all too easy, wasn't it? Our first date was that weekend. He decided to take me on his family yacht. I had an amazing time on the sea, although I found Garvey a bit boring. He didn't think the same about me, though. Apparently, I was the most interesting girl he had ever met. The week after, he invited me to his house for a dinner, and oh my gosh, it was huge. So huge and shiny. He introduced me to his family, then we all ate a 3-course meal served by different staff they employed there. After that, he invited me to his home theater to watch a movie. Then came the weird part.
Wanna see my cool collection?
Okay.
It's in my room.
He led me up to his room, which was almost as big as my house. He showed me a shelf near a window. It was filled with little jars.
Isn't it awesome?
What is it?
Toe jam. It's fascinating.
What on earth do you mean?
You know, that stuff you find in your toenails when you clean them. I like to collect mine and store it in jars.
Garvey, that's not normal.
Hey, I'm just sharing my passions with the girl I love.
Girl, you... what? At that point, I made up some story about having a bellyache and needed to go home immediately. He got one of their drivers to take me home, and when I got there, I ran straight to my mom. Mom! He's crazy! I told her everything, and she couldn't contain her excitement. I knew it! Rich guys all have some strange, disgusting addiction. Here's $300. Are you going to continue seeing this guy? No, of course not. Fine. You need to start looking for the next one then. Maybe you can use online dating this time. I took my money happily and went to my room to download some apps. It took a few days, but I found a guy who looked like he had a lot of money. He had pictures in front of his parents' mansion, their beach house, their house in the forest, and loads of pictures at 5-star hotels in exotic locations. I swiped right and started talking to him. Lester was a bit more difficult than Garvey, but he eventually asked me out. He took me to a 5-star Italian restaurant and gave me some expensive jewelry as a gift. I actually thought he was pretty cute. We hung out almost every afternoon and eventually took me home to introduce me to his parents. Like Garvey, he lived in a huge house and his parents loved me. Don't they all? For a while, this guy actually seemed pretty normal, until I was invited to his beach house with his family one weekend. He told me he had a special room there he wanted me to see. I thought it'd just be a romantic place for making out, but when he opened the door, I screamed. What is this?
They're my pets. Well, ordinary people get dogs and cats, but this is what I prefer.
The room was filled with rats in different cages, all of different sizes. But I'm terrified of rats, and I didn't give him much time to explain why his pets were in his beach house instead of his regular house, or why he was just so weird in the first place. I bolted out the door and ran for 10 minutes. I texted my location to my mom, who instantly came to my rescue. Rats! Yes, that's a good one. Here's $400. Good job, Myra. I was really starting to like that guy, you know. That's life. I thought I liked your father, too. Anyway, my publisher, although I hate him now, is having this huge event at his house, and I know he has lots of rich friends. You can find the next guy there. It's tomorrow. I've already bought you a stunning dress. Okay, I honestly wanted to stop dating creeps, but I enjoyed the money. At the event, I met Corey. He was the son of a famous actor, and he seemed to be pretty into me.
Girl, you are mad cute. Want to get out of here and have some real fun?
Sure. I let my mom know I was leaving, and technically this was a date, so she'd have to pay me for it. We went to a club, and after that, we decided to walk a bit before calling an Uber or his driver to take us home. I got a bit tired, so I stopped to lean on a pole. He grabbed my hand and looked into my eyes. Just as I thought that he was about to lean in for a kiss, he started licking the pole behind me. Have you been drinking? Are you okay?
No, I have this thing. I don't know if it's a disorder, but I think it's a hobby. I like to lick things. I've never licked this pole before. Hey, your dress looks delicious too. Can I taste it?
At this point, I was starting to think that all guys were completely insane. Hey, how about you lick my shoe instead? I kicked off my heels and gave them to him. I walked around the corner and called my mom. Licking stuff, huh? Here's $500. This book's gonna be great. You're the best daughter, Myra. I decided I was gonna give up. I told my mom I was not going to go on any more dates, and that I was going to spend all my money on stuff to help me recover from this trauma. You know how they say that love finds you when you're not looking for it at all? I was in a high-end clothing store trying to pick a jacket when I felt a tap on my shoulder.
They both look great on you, honestly.
A voice said. I turned around and saw the man of my dreams. A literal Prince Charming. I froze.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm Myra. Who are you?
Ricardo. My parents own this store.
Oh, great. Another rich guy, I thought.
Hey, how about I pay for both of them and you let me treat you to lunch?
Sure. I smiled shyly. Long story short, we hit it off really quickly. It took me no time at all to fall head over heels for Ricardo. We were going steady and had officially become boyfriend and girlfriend. After about 2 months, I was convinced that this was the man I was going to be with for the rest of my life. Myra. Yes, Mom? I can't write my book based on 3 stupid dates. I need you to go on more dates. Mom, I told you I have a boyfriend now. Yes, but he doesn't have to know. I'll double the pay. Come on. Fine. I started going on dates again, and I was really careful to make sure that Ricardo didn't find out. I'd been on at least 30, and I was making loads of money. My mom was super happy too. Then, one evening, while I was eating at a fancy restaurant with some guy named Henry, I spotted Ricardo in the corner of my eyes. He looked like he was making reservations. I got up quickly and ran to the bathroom, which was in the other direction. I waited in there for a while, then I got out when I thought it was safe. Henry was waiting for me outside.
Hey, I got a little worried. Are you okay?
Yes, sure.
Myra, what are you doing here?
Ricardo was right in front of us.
Myra is here with me, Henry, her handsome date.
Henry smiled. He thought he was being funny. Ricardo looked at me like his soul was shattered. He turned around and walked away. I got my purse and ran after him, but he refused to look back. I walked home, and when I got inside, I broke into tears. What's wrong, honey? Ricardo saw me on a date. He will never speak to me again. She started laughing. How is any of this funny? Ricardo is right here, honey. She asked me to follow her to the dining room, which was filled with all her friends and some other guests. I finished my book, and it's been accepted. I threw us a little party to celebrate. I told Ricardo about our arrangement months ago, baby. So he knew that you had nothing with that Henry guy. I guess he just felt like playing a little trick on you. Ricardo walked towards me with a playful smile. We hugged and kissed. Then my mom gave me an envelope filled with lots of $100 bills. Yay! Ricardo and I have been together for years now, and he hasn't done anything weird yet. I hope it stays that way.